Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky. Good morning. I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are on the road.
That's right.
I feel like a professional.
Meet you in St. Louis.
Wait, wasn't that a Judy Garland movie?
It might have been. I just remember it being black and white.
We're literally under the big arch.
I love it.
Is it an arch or an arc?
Arc.
It is an arch?
Joan of Arc.
The St. Louis Arc or arch?
Arch.
Well, now you're confusing me. What is it?
That's my life. It's confusing you.
Oh my gosh. See what I go through? Today we're talking about habits. It is 2024.
Yes, and so many people have made New Year's resolutions.
Oh gosh.
And I'm sure
Gag me with a spoon.
They got up this morning and probably did the same thing that they did yesterday. They might have added something, but they took the same route to work. They are seeing the same friends, the same coworkers.
We are habitual human beings. That's just what we do. We get in the habit of being ourselves. Right?
Yes.
Prove me wrong.
The habit of sameness. It's a hamster wheel. It's a hamster wheel of self.
I think by the time we're 35, we are so in the habit of being who we are.
Yeah, we've kind of found the easy track of selfness and sameness.
No, I think my dad even said, like when you're picking out your mate to marry, look at their father, because by the time they're 35, that's who they're going to become.
That's where I think the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks came from.
Right?
Yeah.
But there's some truth to that. Like we get stuck in our ways and there's not a lot of changing after that. However, Jason and I have learned differently.
Yeah.
As long as you're intentional with it.
Yeah, you said that to me earlier, and you said habits are great when they're intentional. And that really just rang true for me. Because you have to really think about what you want and then make these small changes.
So the biggest thing about a habit and breaking a habit is becoming aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
We don't realize what we're doing. We are on such robot mode.
It's routine.
We get up in the morning. Think about this. Just walk through this with me. We get up in the morning. We may go take a piss. Right?
Yeah, we get some water, we go to the bathroom, we brush our teeth, we make the coffee.
We go to the coffee maker. We're like our eyes are half open. We're like,
Don't talk to me until I have my coffee.
It's time to make the coffee, right? We go and make the coffee. We let the dog out. Let's go let the dog out. And then, we may go grab most of us grab our phones, if I'm to be real. Most of us grab our phones. Okay, what do I have on the agenda today? What's on the calendar? Or what text did I not get to?
Let's ramp up the stress level first thing in the morning.
Exactly. I mean, that's just what most people do. And then your mate comes out and they, have smelly breath and they have one eye open and they're like, is the coffee pot
tongue
going?
in your mouth.
And you have to say, oh, you know what? It needs more water. Or we're out of coffee pods. I'm sorry, you're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
And then there's some grunting and groaning going on. and then you go, you know what? I need a 5-letter word that starts with X because you're playing Wordle. Because that's a habit.
I got to get my Wordle done for the day so I can post that on social media.
Right? And then, you think about, okay, what am I going to post on social media? Like, these are habits that are not...
You do the Wordle first so I can get it in less.
Right? And then I can get the free points.
Make everybody think that I'm smarter.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is we aren't aware of what we're doing. And we are... I don't want to say wasting a lot of time because time is just a construct, yeah. It just really is. It's just time is time, whatever. However, when we become aware of what it is that we want and where it is that we are going, then we can get there a lot faster and a lot easier in stride. We can get there with a lot more fun and with a lot less work.
Yeah, it's not work harder, work faster, work longer, work more.
It's knowing.
Yeah.
It's knowing.
And it's changing up. It's opening up the breadth of opportunity and experience Because when we are seeing the same people every day, having the same breakfast every day, having the exact same routine every day, so routine leads to a rut. I mean, it's like trekking the path through a forest. You stay on that same path, you end up at the same place.
And that's why people are like, well, I'm doing a morning routine because that's what all of the high performance, the peak performance people tell me to do. All of the mindset coaches, that's what they tell me to do. I need to get into a morning routine. And yes, we are all about morning routines.
Yes, we are.
As long as you're intentional.
You dial it in.
With how you're spending that morning.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're just putting on your slippers and saying, well, I'm spending my morning, you know, I'm supposed to spend 10 minutes reading something. So you just pick up the TV guide that happens to be here in St. Louis.
Or the Instagram.
Under the arch.
And the Facebook scroll. That's not reading.
That's not reading. Or Wordle. What is a 5-letter word that starts with X?
Xyla.
Anyway, what we're getting at is habits can become habitual. And the hardest part about making a change is not doing the same thing as you did yesterday.
Yeah. If you don't want the same results as yesterday, don't do the same thing you did yesterday. I mean, it's that simple.
And that means you can't have the same thoughts, you can't have the same feelings, and you can't have the same actions.
And don't talk to the same people.
The same people are going to provoke the same feelings and the same thoughts.
Yeah. So Einstein said, you're not going to solve the problem by the same level of thinking that created it. So if the same level of thinking created it, then you have to go outside of that pathway. So that's a different different quality of people, different level of reading, just a different experience. So get out of the box, get out of that routine that you were in when you created that problem, and look for different avenues to solutions. And that it's really that simple, but it's dialing in. So it's deciding where you want to go and then dialing in the new habits that are going to lead you towards that.
So how do you make that change? I mean, it's that baby step toward, okay, I want to be a better person. I want to have better thoughts. I want to have better actions, but I'm in the habit of being me. How do you make that little pivot? The first step is just simply being aware. And it's becoming hyper aware of, okay, what is it that I'm doing in every moment, and who am I speaking to, and what kind of energy are they bringing?
Yeah, and what kind of thoughts am I having about it? You talk about it all the time, and we talk about those micro moments. In those micro moments, you have a decision of going in one direction or another, and saying, like back when we decided that extraordinary was our direction. And we said, okay, is this move in the extraordinary direction, or is this in that
mediocrity?
Yeah, and it was an
That's
easy
a hard
choice.
word to say.
It allowed us to say yes to things and no to things, because it was like, this is clearly mediocre, and this is going to be better or more extraordinary.
Why, for some reason, I want to say mediocre.
Because we're heading south. I love it. Meaty fried okra.
Oh my goodness. At any rate, okay, so what advice do we have for becoming aware and saying, I mean, you just said the micro moments are very, very important. And one thing is that you can't do the same things that you did yesterday and get different results. I mean, that's just obvious, right?
Yeah. So one thing that really helped us, I think, was choosing that one word. And we just talked about this in the last podcast. Is choosing that one word and saying, this is who I'm going to be, and this is what I'm choosing. So if you don't know the full direction, you can choose just one thing that you want to embody and say, is what I'm doing right now in this micro moment, is this choice leading me towards what I'm becoming, or is it keeping me who I've been? And that's really it. And you've said it multiple times about awareness. And a lot of times we go through in this routine life and we're not aware of what we're doing. So if we can just become aware in the moment and say, am I leaning into who I'm becoming, or am I staying in who I was? And are the people around me, is the circumstances around me, is the environment around me holding me in this position? Am I stuck in the rut of routine, or am I out of it and leaning into who I'm going towards?
Change it up. Change it up. Are you in the habit of being you? I know that sounds kind of backhanded, but get out of the habit of being you.
And get in the habit of becoming who you're meant to be.
Seriously.
Who you want to be.
You are in a rut. You don't realize it, but you are. And we're here to help.
That's right.
Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.